So we're here at PubCon and I'm joined by Scott Stratten, co-author of UnMarketing. He's just got off stage after his keynote here in Las Vegas. We're at the Majestic booth. Scott, you talk a lot about authentic marketing. What do you mean by that?
It's funny that it's a term because authentic marketing really means just being you, right? And being true and being what you are. It's actually, an example is like being on stage there where I talk to you now the way I talk on stage. It's actually how I talked to you before the talk itself, and how I talked last night at dinner. I'm the same way on and off stage. And that's what brands need to be as well. It's got to be one voice, one way, one style. And if you try to be a different way or not something you're not, because you want to catch a viral trend or a topic that's happening in the news, it's really weird. There's a good example of right now with the current elections. They just had a debate like yesterday or the day before here, giant debate. The whole country's watching, and a brand, the Bisquick brand, who makes, you make breads and pastries and stuff with, they tried to live tweet the debate. It made no sense. It made no sense for the brand. And they're like, we're going to capitalize on this. And all they got was outrage from people because it was stupid. It was literally dumb. It's not your place. So there's a place you can go that suits your voice, that suits your authenticity, and it's just not being that old PR speak, the typical thing. People just want real people. So if somebody screws up, they want a brand to come back and say, you know what, that's on us. We're sorry. They don't want the PR speak. They don't want the carbon copy stuff that everybody gets. That makes a huge difference.
So where do people learn this stuff? Where do they learn to do it right? I worked at Microsoft for many years. I've worked with many of the larger kind of PR agencies, and I do see a lot of that marketing speak, PR speak, hyperbole. They feel the need to beef themselves up. But where can people learn? Is it innate, or is it something that can be learned, or can it be something? I mean, you've got UnMarketing. Can it be unlearned?
Well, I think it's a little bit of all the above. So I think some people naturally are like that. That's why I wrote the original UnMarketing in 2009. There was no thing out there. Everybody's saying you have to be, scripted. You have to be this and this. I'm like, there's got to be a better way just being you. I always said, if you are your authentic self, you have no competition. That's truly what I live by. And I think that part of that is also seeing by example, that let's go find the brands that are having that authentic voice, because it gives us permission to use that voice ourselves, because we think through schooling and through experience once I get in there is, toe the company line, just do it this way. And sometimes, sometimes being yourself is being different, which is a weird thing to say. But I think part of it is still also in our nature. Some people just want to be artificial. Some people want to say what they think you want to hear. And some people are natural. I think just hopefully that's why we have done the book. It's the most successful one we've done out of the four, is because it gives people permission to be themselves. So I think a lot of it's in here, but you have the permission to be able to be it that way.
One of the things I love about what we do at Delightful Communications is the personal branding for people, all walks of life, executives, all the way down to school leavers, whatever. And we try and help them be brilliant, be more discoverable, shareable, and memorable. You've got a great personal brand. You're out there on social media. You've got podcasts. And how did you begin thinking about developing your personal brand, and how do you keep it up?
For me, I've never had a mistake because I've just been me. And I've had this kind of rare thing for me is that I've been unapologetically me, and it's worked. People look at me sometimes, it's like, well, you got the tattoos and you got the beard, and like, that's your brand. I'm like, no, it's me. And I've allowed me to be the brand, and I've given myself permission to be that, because I think it does make you different than others. That I don't wear a suit on stage. I don't find it comfortable. That's why I don't wear it. Like, there's always these things behind the reasons for it. But then I realized that, nobody likes people who are vanilla. Who you just stand on you straddle the fence on everything. Yep. You try to please everybody, which pleases nobody. And plus, standing across a fence is a painful way to do it. When people polarize, you might push some people away, but you attract others. And I truly believe that. I really think to have people love what you do and love you in business sense, there's going to be some people who don't. And the problem is it's the don't that stops us from being that personal brand, really standing out and saying, this is me, this is who I am, and this is my brand. I think it attracts people, though. I think that's I know that's what helped build my platform to what it is today, which is one that I make a living off of.
We get a lot of people, this will probably make you laugh, but we get a lot of people coming to us saying, we want to be a thought leader. What do you say to them?
I think thought leader is something you can't title yourself. I actually think the word leader you can't title yourself. It's given to you by others. And I just think it's a term. It's the popular term right now. And I think you can't call yourself a thought leader. It's people who look to you for your thoughts. They can title it. Please don't put it in your bio. Please don't until somebody gives it to you, right? That's a testimonial's fine, but I don't want you to say it yourself, because if you have to say you are, and if you're good at things, you tell everybody. If you're great, other people say it for you, and that's what you have to aim for.
Fantastic, Scott. There we go. UnMarketing, the book out, and the podcast is the UnPodcast.
UnPodcast, every Wednesday comes out, the business show for the Fed Up.
Fantastic. Great to meet you, Scott. Been a big fan for years. Cheers.
Thank you so much.